Yer, what's poppin', my people? Here on the PS4, an exclusive game, Spider-Man, brought to you by Insomniac. This game was really incredible. I loved it. I gave this game 4 walkthroughs, pretty much. I played the story 4 times. I beat this game 4 times. I love this game. It's one of my favorites on the PS4. It's also one of my favorite superhero games. So, other than that, let's get into this. So, by far, like I said, this is the best Spider-Man game, but it also is the best Spider-Man story in any game, and even the movies that I've experienced. Here we're introduced to a Peter Parker who's seasoned, being Spidey for 8 years, dealing with not only his crime-fighting life, but his personal as well. And I fucking loved that. And at the start of the game, you do see an eviction notice that slipped under Peter's door when he's changing into his Spider-Man suit, showing that yeah, he's a superhero but deals with everyday problems, and it grounds the character to the player. See, the story here is a roller coaster of emotions. It'll have you excited, surprised, and most importantly sad, especially towards the end. With, if you don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, but Aunt May dies. And it's a tragic, it's an emotional death. And you really feel it. Insomniac even did a spectacular job into making Otto Octavius a likable character, knowingly who he will eventually become. And that's one thing I truly did enjoy about Marvel Spider-Man. The characters here that we see, such as Aunt May, Mary Jane, Martin Lee, and Yuri Watanabe, to name just a few, are very realistic, with the game obviously have its own twist on things. For example, Miles Morales being in the same world as Peter Parker. Excuse me. So, it has its own story. It's not, going based off any comics, it's not going based off, the movies. It's just its own thing, and I really love that. And look at the graphics. Just look at the cinema on this cutscene right here. Look at how good Doc Ock and Peter Parker's models look. You feel me? Look at the face textures. Look at that. This game is beautiful, and the graphics here are first and foremost amazing. Pun intended. Spider-Man has never looked better before in any game or on any console. The textures on Spidey's suits are down to the T, and you can see the materials in which the suits are woven out of. New York City is beautifully designed and made to feel real and alive. The city itself is large enough to become your personal playground. There's citizens all over the city, ongoing traffic, and even some want to take pictures with their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I myself was impressed on how Marvel Spider-Man turned out to be. But then again, these were the same people that worked on the Ratchet and Clank series, to which they are visibly pleasant with their variety of colors. Man, I can't talk. And look at that. Come on, this game is you can't hate on this game. You really can't. Look at that. So, I don't know why I got that. Anyways, Marvel Spider-Man gameplay is also just as polished as any other great single-player action-adventure game. Now, Insomniac worked hard in the web-swinging mechanic, as y'all can see, and it shows as they improved on quite possibly the best web-swinging in any Spidey game, which is the highly recognizable Spider-Man 2 movie game. See, Spider-Man 2, back for PS2, it brought something new to the table, which was innovative in the ability to swing around New York using both bumpers. And it was the first Spidey game to introduce Spider-Man swinging around the city. So you were using L2 and R2 on PS2 to give you the best and most realistic Spidey feel Although it did take time to master and control Spider-Man, Insomniac, seeing that Treyarch made an excellent design, they took that concept and improved on it, as Spider-Man moves much more fluid, swinging from building to building, and it's just R2 now. L2 would do like this, zoom in lock thing, but R2 is now just the button to swing. Cause that L2 R2 stuff, man, like it was good and all, you feel me, especially for its time, but I pressed L2 at the wrong time and Spider-Man just veers left and now I'm facing a building and all my momentum would go away. So that's why I say that this game is, much more fluid and it's not as difficult as Treyarch's. So that's a plus. Now, the combat. This is where I'm gonna have my personal opinion. And we know that Rocksteady's Batman games are what's used to compare Marvel Spider-Man, and to which I do see the similarities, alright? But I, in fact, say that Treyarch once again started this trend. Treyarch implemented certain features that shows in the newly released installment, right here, Marvel Spider-Man. See, in Treyarch's version, Spidey's Spider Sense would alert you as soon as the enemy is about to attack, just like you see in this one. And the mechanics were pretty much, I wouldn't say they were the same, but you can see that Rocksteady's Batman was also influenced by. And Batman not having any spider sense needed a way to dodge, parry, and counterattack. So Rocksteady developed their own style, square to attack, and triangle when the enemy glows red. Marvel Spider-Man does something very similar, so that's where the comparisons are drawn from. But it is so much fun, way more fun as a matter of fact, to fight with Spidey, as he is more nimble, agile, and quick. And enemies just tend to have a hard time trying to keep up with your speed and your also vast array of gadgets. Look at that, man. Now, my dislikes. What I didn't like about this game, I mean, there wasn't much, but what I do know that I definitely couldn't stand, and what I can complain about, for one thing for sure, is the brutes. The brute enemies, I ain't like them. I personally felt like they should have been different and not fight the same or not have the same attacks. They were, it's just brute, then amplified brute, and then brute like with suit. And then in the DLC, brute with heavy machine guns. So I just felt like, okay, they could have done, I get it, it's a lot of time. Having a different animation for every single different character, and model, but at least, just a couple more attacks or something. I also did not like Sable's gadget of flying dudes with the jetpacks. I couldn't stand them. I really disliked them in this game. They were always taking the fun out of things, like, I'm, doing me, I'm being Spider-Man, I'm whooping ass, and these guys just with their guns that would, oh man, I don't even want to think about it right now. They gave me a hard time sometimes. Other than that, let's see. Yes, now I do know. Side missions, they were kind of whack. They were lackluster, and I get it that Spidey's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, so he does certain things, but I don't want to be chasing pigeons for a side mission. Just to name one, for example, like, I'm Spider-Man, I want to be doing Spider-Man things, more Spider-Man things, or at least Peter Parker things, because that's one thing I did enjoy about this game, real quick, just to throw it in there, that, you could play a little bit as Peter Parker. So, side missions where you playing as Peter Parker would have been nice, but other than that, I really don't have much to complain about in this game. I think this game is really good. I want Spider-Man PS5 or Marvel Spider-Man 2, however they're gonna call it, to be, I want this but just better. That's all I can say. I want this but better. This right here is a great foundation, a great base that Insomniac could use to just improve the next Spider-Man game, and I really can't wait. I've been seeing some leaks. I don't care. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna say them. Some of the leaks been like that. You know, you'll be able to switch from regular to the symbiote suit like you did in Web of Shadows or something similar like that. So that's gonna be awesome. And that like every suit in the game is gonna have its own symbiote version. That's going to be legendary. That's gonna be so fucking fuego, yo. Oh my gosh, I really hope that this is true too. I hope it's not just like rumors or anything. Man, what else was it? Venom's gonna be, yeah, so you know the symbiote obviously is in the game. You will play as Miles as well, a little bit swinging around, so that's I'm hyped. And if they can use this game, like I said, just as the base and just make it better, improve on it, it'll be give Spider-Man more punches too. You know, I get it. You know, he's agile and all that, so he does a lot of kicks, but give Spidey some more punches. We need more punching animations for him. But back to what I was saying about my hopes. So, my hopes for Spider-Man 2. Well, before I even do that, real quick, my rating on Marvel Spider-Man, I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. 8.5. It was a great game. It's not perfect. I don't think any game is perfect. Well, I don't know. I think God of War was pretty perfect to me. But 8.5, it's a great, spectacular game. Insomniac really did an amazing job with this. I thank them. You know, I think a lot of Spider-Man fans thank them. We do, because y'all don't know how bad Spider-Man fans had it. In the game department, oh my gosh. Even after, I'm going to be real, even after the Sam Raimi movies, everything just started kind of to, you know, go downfall for Spidey. And games were similar. Man. We were just getting bullshit, you know, cash grabs. That's all they were. Come here, you know, we just put Spider-Man's name on it. You play as Spider-Man, but the game is trash. We kept having that, especially with who was making the recent ones. It was Activision. That's right. Yeah, they were making all the Spider-Man games, and man, they just kept going down. Spider-Man 2 was their peak, and then everything else was downhill, except Web of Shadows. I love Web of Shadows. So I hope that they make this game, you know, just as good, not better. Make the city a little bigger too. It's pretty big, but I felt that, like, you know, there's parts of the city missing, such as like Washington Heights, for example. So, you know, add a little more to the city. I don't know. I really can't say anymore. I'm hyped. That's it. I'm hyped for this new installment, Spider-Man 2. I'm hyped to play as Venom or use the symbiote suit. If you could play as Venom, that would be fucking what? Oh my gosh, my bad. I ain't mean to scream, but that's gonna be tough. I'm really trying to figure out, you know, if there's any more news coming out or anything, cause this game really did bring back a lot of joy in the superhero, in video games, and Spider-Man games. Anyways, you know, this is my quick little review. Hope you enjoyed. I'll probably do some more of these for other games. I will keep putting out content though, that's for sure. I just like to take my time with games too. I don't like just playing them and then putting a review out there. I like to play it, beat the story, play it again a second time. Depending on the game too. If it's something crazy like GTA, I don't think I'll ever play GTA ever again. Like the story, I beat it once. I don't want to play it again. But a game like such as this, God of War, you know, hell, even a game like Doom or something like that, you know, I'd play the story twice, multiple times, because these are, you know, those captivating stories and those captivating games. I'm not saying GTA is captivating, but you know, GTA 5 story, it was good, but honestly, think about it. Do you want to play all that again? No. You just want rather play online. I get it. You know, you ain't gotta lie. So this is it, my people. Appreciate the, you know, being here, just watching the vid. Hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, keep enjoying the content. Peace. I'm out.
Robbery in progress. Suspects are armed. Approach with caution. Officers needed on scene in Clinton.
Guys! Guns to the face is not proper consumer etiquette!